Hey YouTube, Andrew here. So I know it hasn't been that long since I updated my first Sabine deck, but I just got it updated thanks to my buddy Corey that I go to Critical Miss with. I didn't have to spend too much money to complete the deck, and now it's ready. And now it's ready for a second deck profile. One of the differences is that I've got Conversion Lab as my base now. I once had a 30k base, but now I've got the Conversion Lab, and between the 30k base and the 30 and between the 30 HP base and this, I kind of like this more. Getting that free ambush is just so helpful. So anyways, onto the deck. As you know, I've got Sabine as my leader. She's red-white. And we all know what her effect does. So first, I'm going to show off my red cards. Starting off, we have Spec Force Soldier. A walking Sentinel negate that only costs one resource to summon. And it has some pretty decent stats. Next up, we have 3 copies of Cartina Bagard. Despite his weak attack, he has pretty good defense, and he has solid defense for a 1 resource guy. And gets 2 attack for free each time it does. Next, we have 3 Sabine Weirin. Just like my leader Sabine, she inflicts a damage to the base each time she attacks. And if I have at least 3 aspects among other friendly units, she can't be attacked. Which hardly ever happens in my experience, but when it does, it's really helpful. 3 copies of Green Squadron A-Wing. He's there as a 3/3 battleship. Next, 3 red 3. Has raid 1, and each other friendly white unit gains raid 1. Very useful card. And now for 3 copies of one of the best cards in the deck, K2SO. He's 4/4, has Overwhelm, and when he dies, I can force my opponent to either take 3 damage or discard a card from their hand. 2 copies of Gorilla Attack Pod. My biggest reason for running 2 is because of how much resources it takes to dish them out, and Sabine, as you all know, is a very fast-paced deck. But whenever he gets dished out while you have 15 or more damage, he immediately comes in ready. So he's a good late-game card. Next up, 1 copy of a personal tech choice I run in this deck, Keep Fighting. Most of my creatures in this deck have 3 or less power. And thanks to this guy, I'll be able to kill my opponent faster. 3 copies of For a Cause I Believe In. So you get to reveal the top 4 cards of your deck, and for each white unit card you've revealed, your opponent takes a damage. 3, and now for my greens. First, we have 3 Vanguard Infantry. When defeated, you give an experience card to one of your units. 3 copies of Battlefield Marine. Simply just because he's a 3/3 beat stick. 3 copies of Echo-based Defender. He's a good 4/3 Sentinel, and he's a rebel. 3 copies of Steadfast Battalion. She's a good ambush target, and she's really helpful for helping finish off your opponent faster. 3 Rebel Assault. Thanks to this, you get to choose a Rebel unit and attack with it for 1 additional attack. And then you get to choose another Rebel unit on your board and do the same thing with your second target. That's it for my green cards. Next up, we got 2 General Dodona. Thanks to him, all your other Rebel units get +1 attack and defense continuously. 3 copies of Fleet Lieutenant. When he's placed on board, you choose another one of your units and attack with it, and if it's another Rebel unit, it gets +2 attack. Next up, 3 Alliance X-Wing. Simply just there as a 2/3 vanilla. 2/3 vanilla Rebel, in fact. Next up, 1 Wing Leader. When he's placed, one of your other units gets 2 experience tokens for the turn. And then finally, we have 3 copies of Medical Ceremony. Cost nothing to play, and up to 3 of your units that have already attacked each get an experience token. And now for my sideboard. So first up, we have 3 Disabling Fangfighter. Really good card for destroying upgrades. 3 copies of Partisan Insurgent. When you attack with another red unit, it gets +2 attack. Reason I cite it is because I tend to use it against decks that aren't control based and are slower. 2 copies of Benthic 2 Tubes. I basically run him for the same reason. And finally, 2 Escort Skiff. When it's placed on your board while you have another green card, he gets Ambush. So that is it for my updated Sabine deck profile. As many of you know, this deck is nasty right now, and it's probably going to stay nasty for quite some time. Anyways, I thank you all for watching my videos. Please like and subscribe for more content, and I'll see you guys later. Peace out.